Supoops, supoops, supoops. Yes, that is absolutely right. The title is essentially We Were Attacked, and that's absolutely what happened right here. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone is doing great. I mean, yeah, like it's kind of interesting to think about what happened right here because if you're actually one of those people who was affected, I'm sorry that you experienced what you experienced. But today we're here to basically just tell you about how we were attacked, what happened, and everything else along the way. Yes, Saptor, we were actually attacked. By the way, for those of you who are casually looking at the chat right now, you can see it. But for those of you who cannot, yeah, so we were actually attacked. We were actually attacked. I know, it's crazy. Like, you would think to yourself that, like, that is not something that would actually happen. But yes, we were actually attacked. And so the story is that just the other day on February 14th, which is Valentine's Day and Singles Awareness Day for some of you out there, but whatever it is, right? So then it was sometime around like 2:48 a.m. or something like that, right? But like a user basically went and joined the Discord server. So then basically they went through like the verified pipeline, which you perhaps have seen like on the Discord already if you're a part of it. So then like you can actually see what's going on right over here. There's actually quite a lot of like stuff that's going on with our casual little server at the moment. I'm quite proud of it actually. Like now there's a whole, well, start here and then there's a whole like verify right there with all of you just casually using your checkmark emojis and being a part of this whole community. I'm really happy about all of it right here. There's a lot actually to be like very proud of, and the way that y'all are just like engaging right here, people of all different races and religions and stuff like that, I really really appreciate every single one of you. So thank you for being over here. So the thing is though that what actually happened is like pretty serious. So it is in fact shared right in this thing that's called February 14th morning incident. Now I'm gonna tell you right here exactly what happened and what that caused to change on the server. And for those of you who are just popping in, so welcome to this live stream and thank you for popping by. Now, who is out here? Who is out here? Who is out here? Apart from Saptor. Yeah, I mean, I need to share my screen so that it doesn't seem that I'm completely delulu. But yeah, like who is out there on the stream? Where are you watching from? And most importantly, Sapoops, there is right at the moment Sapoop expansion, and if you haven't joined the Discord just yet, so then please go right ahead and do so right over here. There you go. Yeah, so like you can go right ahead and join the Discord. It's in the description or it is in the chat, and either one is gonna work. And yeah, so oh yeah, right. Which reminds me actually, so today is the day right before Chinese New Year. So then 除夕快乐. So then happy Chinese New Year reunion dinner. I mean, like, I hope that you all have a wonderful time with your families. So anyway, we were attacked, right? At around like 2:48 a.m. in the morning. A user basically came into our channel and decided, right, it came to our server and decided to start spamming basically every single one of the channels. All right. So then, like, this is what happened right over here, and it's a clear show of what exactly happened. So they used verify, they used a bot, right? That's called Capo. So then, like, if you actually look at like the thumbnail of this video right now, you can actually see, right, like a part of what was actually like included right there. I'm not gonna share exactly what they put in, right? But like it was actually horrible, it was deplorable, it was not something that like I can actually share or that I can agree with. And I have to admit, right, that I was actually like a little bit traumatized by it. Anybody would have been traumatized. Like it's terrible, right? Like what they decided to put in there, right? And like I just cannot understand, right? Like who in their right mind would even ever consider what is actually happening right over there? No, it was not gore. Chingays, we were actually attacked on Discord. That is what happened. We were attacked on Discord. I know it sounds like crazy, right? And this is kind of like it ties in partly to like the age verification thing, but but rest assured, there is not going to be any actual age verification measure on the server, right? Because it is not an 18 plus server, but because of a malicious attack from this user, therefore, right, it is important for me to talk about this because like this is actually serious, right? It caused a lot of trauma to the people who actually watched it, and we need to like accept that. So then now the sequence of events, right, is like it's crazy, right? Like just imagine, right? The person just joins and then like immediately they go to every single one of these channels. Look at this, right? We have like so many different channels right now. Now, some of them are new, right? But a lot of them were actually there. Imagine them going to every single one of these channels right here and then casually just sharing, right? Like these horrible, horrible like pictures. Oh, by the way, like we have like some fun conversations right here. I think this one right here is like the most popular chat at the moment. You can actually see like a whole bunch of people just casually hanging out and doing what it is that they are doing right there. But anyway, so then this person went over, right? And then like just started like sharing all of that stuff. And then I basically went over to the user, right? And then immediately got rid of that user, right? And I was just like thinking the whole way, right? Like panicking, like thinking like, what the hell is this? Right? Like, what am I even looking at? And just imagine, right? Like, imagine that you're looking at something that's just like so horrible, right? That like it is actually causing shock to you, right? Like it's designed in that way to basically like overcome you with just how disgusting it is, right? And then like thinking about how you're actually going to respond to that at like 5 a.m. in the morning. That was me, bro. That was me, sis. That was me in that moment. But then eventually, then I managed to like go right ahead, right, and get rid of the messages. And that brings us actually to where we have done a whole lot of changes on the server, right, which weren't actually there before. So then I don't know if like people actually have some questions at the moment, but like this is actually what it is right here. And I would say Saptor, yes, absolutely. It was definitely a learning experience for moderation. Absolutely. And Marcus, it's common maybe, but like that was actually I don't know, man. Like it is so it was actually disgusting. Like if you actually saw it, right, which I hope you didn't, then I think that you would agree. And actually, at this time, right, I think that I do want to sort of like celebrate one small thing, right? Which was that when this actually happened, right, one of you actually came out and you decided to notify me, which is like something that I was like very like happy about, right? And I hope, by the way, that the person who actually is the hero of this incident, right, doesn't go right ahead and yeah, mine right here. But I will go right ahead and say right here that I will share this. So look, this person right here right when the server was hacked, right? Well, not hacked, but like they basically like attacked us. So like they tried calling me at that time, right? Because like it was very, very, very like time sensitive, right? Because like if I didn't delete the messages at that time, right? It was like 5:30 a.m., right? If I didn't delete it at that time, right? Imagine that like 50 people basically get access to that kind of like crap right there. That is just incomprehensible. And yeah, like I took the actions that I did, right? And you might notice actually that right now, right, there is in fact like another user in the Zoom, which I'm gonna go right ahead and show you right over here. All right, so screen broadcast begin. So yes, now there are basically like two users right now. So like this is my other phone. I have actually like two phones. One of them is like yeah, like my main phone. One of them is like my other phone. I'm showing you right now with another Discord account, right? Like what has actually changed on the server. So the Discord server has a couple of like different roles and users. I've really been like going into this, shall we say, rabbit hole while like trying to understand like what's actually going on right here. But yeah, so if you actually like have a look at like what is actually happening right over here. So I have this user that is called Sepupu Tester, so to speak, right? Now, notice what happens if I go right now into voice channel. Let's say that I join voice channel right now. Okay, look. So I do not have permission to speak on this channel. I am unable to change the permissions. Why? Because I don't want people to, oh, hey, what's up, Marcus? Hey, what's up, Waffles? Yeah, so like I cannot actually speak right now because like I don't want like spammers to pop in. That's like one thing, right? Another thing is that if you actually go onto any channel right about now, right? So then if you try to go right ahead and put in an image, right? You realize that you can't actually go right ahead and do that. Like it's not actually possible, right? Like you cannot actually do that. You can only right now share like any links that you want, right? On links and media, where it looks like there's a whole like discussion here at the moment. I don't know if I should be like blocking text messages here, but you know, like if you guys like it, which it looks like you do, then I guess like it's okay. But basically, links, embeds, and files, right, can only be placed here on the channel, on this part of the channel, basically, because, right, if an attacker were to attack again, which I don't think is like very likely, I think that probably the person who attacked is like a single mental issue type person right there. But basically, if they are going to attack, right, then like there's only one way that they can actually go right ahead and do that, which is like to go onto the links and media part, right? And share everything. You can still, by the way, share your link. You can still, by the way, share your social media links if let's say that you want to like self promote or stuff like that. Right on share your socials. So like that is basically cool right over there. And yeah, so like that's basically a couple of like the changes that you can see right over here. If you actually, by the way, want to go right ahead and read right everything that happened like if you're just like listening to me right now, there's a chance that like you might not actually absorb what I'm saying, right? So then like if you want to read the entire thing, then join the server again through the link that I provided to you, and you can go right ahead and be a part of our touching conversation. Please join us. We have no friends. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. But no, really though. I mean, like the conversations that we've been having here, right? Is like actually they're actually like crazy. So like go right ahead and yeah, like make use of like some of the channels right here. I think that you'll find like something for pretty much everyone. Go over, introduce yourself, say hi, and yeah, it's a little bit chaotic, but like there's a lot of stuff like from yeah, lots of stuff right here. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, by the way. All right, so I did say that like people don't actually have like access at the moment to your casual like link perms and stuff like that, but well, because of the bravery of artillery unit, whoever that is right here, I have added him into this new channel that is called the Order of the Sapoop. All right. So, like, by the way, like, those of you who are watching on YouTube right now, you might actually have seen this Order of the Sapoop thing. I may have given you an Order of the Sapoop thing before, but in this case right here, so then there was like bravery in like different ways from like different people across time, and you can actually see, right? Like, members of the Order of the Sapoop right here, we have a special secret chat which you can be a part of. And yeah, if you happen to qualify, then I will let you know. As the Sapoop Overlord who can solely grant this title of nobility greater than Dato Tan Sri Tun Datuk Sri Panglima Utama Tun Toh Puan, etc. kind of thing right there. So like that is basically what it is. So yeah, I mean like it'll be fun to sort of like be a part of that. And goodbye, Waffles and Marcus TZB. I am going to yeet out from this at the moment. Yeah, so that basically is our good old fashioned like Discord feed at the moment, so you don't have that. But I will say that if you are a member of the Order of the Sapoop, you will have embed permissions and you will have also your file addition things. But there's one other thing that I need to show to you right about now about how you can actually get like permissions, right? So that you can actually post stuff and that we can actually avoid spammers. Let me tell you that in these past 4 days, I've really, really been thinking a lot about how to like make sure, right, that it's not possible to like deal with all of this right here. I've been going like knee deep into all of those different parts of Discord, right? And understanding this platform and how to deal with things right here. For those of you who have never run a Discord server before, I mean, like, you can actually like think, right, about how you can really like stop things like this from actually like occurring. So like I'm gonna show you actually like what we do like behind the scenes, right, with Discord. So like basically imagine this, right? Like with everyone basically, so then like there are like some things that we ensure that people actually cannot do. You cannot send text to speech messages, you cannot send voice messages, you cannot do X, Y, Z. By default, that is the case. Verified, that is basically also something that we control a little bit, right? And now you cannot embed links, you cannot attach files right there. Now, where that starts to change though is with all of these right here, which are tied to MEE6, all right? If you are a level 10 Sapoop, you can embed links. If you are a level 20 Sapoop, then you can attach files. If you are a max level Sapoop, then you can brag to all of your friends right there for a whole bunch of different things out there. And yeah, there are like some other roles which I haven't like completely put in yet. So this is for people who are interested in, for example, like supporting me and contributing towards my causes right over there, which you can essentially if you go right ahead and make a contribution like down below right here. And yeah, so like that genuinely does help my work and also my channel as well, and I deeply appreciate it. But it's not required for you to enjoy the content, and if you do enjoy it, then just share what you have been learning, what you enjoy about this community, and I look forward to, well, seeing more of you in the very near future. Also, by the way, so there is this new role which I'm creating, which is basically the Scout Sapoop, Networker Sapoop, Connector Sapoop, and the Grand Strategist Sapoop. This is to kind of like incentivize all of y'all to go out there and start inviting people into the server, because I think that now that we have, right, like this new level of protection and a whole range of different things, right? So then that makes it so that you can actually, well, go ahead and bring in more people right there. I prefer quality over quantity. So like if you have like friends who wanna go right ahead and, well, experience this conversation, or if you think that like it's worthwhile, then yeah, like go ahead and invite them. Like let's have more cool sapoops just casually hanging around in this empire. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, so yeah, like that is basically it. The leveling thing, right? It actually comes, by the way, for those of you who have not seen it before, right? From MEE6, right? So like basically what happens is that when you actually like send a message in the server, then what happens is that like you are going to end up getting XP. And then once you level up along the way, then what's going to happen is that you are going to see, right? Like all of these like different levels basically like just casually like popping up. And when you get your levels, right, then you're going to end up having essentially your, well, roles actually like be put in, and then you automatically get those permissions. Why does this solve the problem? It solves the problem because, well, when bots enter a server and they try to attack, right? Okay, so like what can happen is that at first they just go to every single channel and then they like start sending in messages. But if it's a malicious user, then what can happen is that they will enter and then later on they will basically start engaging and sending out messages to every single channel after doing the verification. It's like they're actually human, right? And then they can actually do that. Now, if basically we make it so that you have to get to level 10 or level 20, right? Then that means that like in order for them to do an attack, right? Then it has to be that they will engage over a long period of time. Now, it is possible that they will essentially end up attacking again, right? Like even after like getting up to level 10 or 20, right? But the thing is that I think that we will want to make it so that the friction, right, associated with actually doing an attack is markedly increased. Like that's the main thing right there. And I don't want to have it be that every single channel ends up being like moderated in that way, because I want to have it be such that like you think it's like fun, you can like spontaneously send messages, engage in like whatever way it is that you want, right? So like that's always going to be a part of the experience which I want you guys to have conversations which you might not otherwise have, to be able to just like speak freely, right? Like your beliefs basically to be able to advance the debate. Because the vision that I have for the server, right, is for it to be a place where people can really talk about different things, right? Even things that they disagree with, right? While at the same time, sort of like refining the way that they think. Every single Discord server is a sort of like learning organization. And if you think about it, every single social media channel, like mine as well, right, is a sort of like learning organization as well. As a creator, you basically like end up learning things and then you share them with people. People talk about those things. And then from there, then we all learn all sorts of different things, right? I continually learn from all of you when I am making like my videos and also doing these live streams, understanding, right? Like how to create like things that are valuable for the world. Like for me, it's just kind of like it's my nature, you know. Like I like doing this, and I want to make it so that that effort that I put out right can actually be magnified, and that more people out there can actually engage right in a way that resonates really with what I think is valuable to share out into the world. Now, I think that's very natural for everyone out there, and where I think that there is a difference, right, in what I'm doing from like the rest maybe of the people that you might see out there is that I hope that at some point, right, like through these conversations and the things that you're learning, that you'll be able to think for yourself, right? Like I'm not perfect by any means. Like there can be failures. There can be situations where like we had things like the February 14th attack. And there can also be situations where maybe like I may make some errors of judgment. If there were errors of judgment, then I apologize for those as well. But yeah, so there have been a bunch of changes, and if you are down to experience the Discord server for yourself, then I think that you can go right ahead and just make use of the link in the description, and you can go ahead and join us. So part of the reason also for the measures that we created is right that we want to make sure that like we do not end up in a situation whereby Discord be all like ooh age verification and stuff like that, but also more importantly stuff like what the guy shared the other day, right? It's just reprehensible, horrible, despicable. If you are creating stuff like this, then I think that I mean, it's not even like a question of like you disagree politically with what a person is like sharing or anything like that, right? It is that if you actually thought to go out there and share stuff like that, right, it showcases that like you are mentally unsound. And if you are and like it's a proof, right, that like you can actually hurt people on the internet, right? Intentionally. There are lots of bad people out there, right? But people who share stuff like that, right, are really like horrible people, like the scum of society. If you actually thought to share that and you thought that it was entertaining or that it would actually end up, shall we say, making people unwilling to have conversations and stuff like that, right? Just know that, well, it actually did open up like a lot of debate, right? And a discussion really about like how we actually deal with content along the way. I think that it's worthwhile, right, for us to treat this as a learning experience and to think really about like how we deal with content as a whole. There's a lot of yapping right over here about what I have said, and you can go right ahead and think about what I am saying right here, right? But again, right, for those of you who saw what was actually shared, right? So it was probably traumatic, but I want to thank you all, right, for actually talking to me about what you've heard. Some of you actually said that like you've seen even more traumatic content, right, on Discord. And I think that's part of the reality of our world, right? There are lots of messed up people. It's a very dark place, right? In a whole bunch of different ways, right? But I hope that in some small ways, right, that we can go against like the easy interpretations because technology is not like a universally negative thing. It's not like a horrible thing. In fact, it can be quite good for letting people communicate or have conversations or think about things that they may not have otherwise thought of before. And I think that you cannot throw the baby out of the bathwater. You cannot be all saying that, oh, technology is horrible. We're living right now in the age of doom. It doesn't work that way. No. So yeah, I mean like, does anybody have any questions at the moment? Comments, thoughts, ideas that you'd like to share? Yeah, let's see. What is going on, Sapoops? Yeah, so by the way, Marcus, you were mentioning that the solution was using a bot to delete all the banned user. Yeah, so like I think you can use like Dino. That's like one option, and you can also do like a couple of other things as well. Like YAG, I have no idea what the name of that bot exactly is. And yeah, there are like some other things. When you say like moderators, waffles, yeah, so I'm actually thinking about like recruiting some moderators amongst you guys a little bit later on. It's not something that I'm like immediately thinking to do at the moment, but like at some point, then that as the server grows, right, then that will be something that we have to think about a little bit more. Now, the February 14th incident is kind of like the equivalent of Discord's version of May 13th. I don't actually know, right, if it was really a sort of like racial thing. Like, again, right, like the person who attacked us, right, could literally just be like some random troll, right? Like I did like a little bit of research on the actual bot that they were using, right? And apparently it's like linked to like content creators. So like maybe what they do is that they just randomly go up to like servers and then attack them like immediately, straight away, right? And you don't actually know why they did this attack, but like one thing that you can say, like 100%, is that people like these, right, are just sick in the head. So like that's really like the most that we can say about that. So yeah, it's pretty crazy to think about, but well, it is what it is. Anyway, so is anyone out there in the chat? We see like some of the usual suspects. I'm gonna casually join for a moment. Don't be jump scared, yeah. Don't be jump scared, yeah. You can turn on your microphone, yeah, sapoop. Turn on your microphone, yeah, sapoops. All right, enter. All right, sapoops. Hey, yo, what's up? How's it going, bro? What's up? Welcome, welcome. By the way, like any of you out there who are in the Discord at the moment, please feel free to go ahead and join voice chat. Yeah, I mean, like, I hope that well, work and everything is going great for you. And yeah, yeah, for sure. And like I saw that you started streaming as well. I hope that your streaming becomes like successful as well. So yeah, I mean, like thank you by the way for like just being here and like on the voice chat as well. Sup Arif and sup Safi and sup Waffles. That is basically what it is right here. I hope that you're not like jump scared today, given that now you're on the voice chat. Yeah. But anyway, I start first. I mean like yeah, you're about to say something. What's up? Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, so like this is the kind of community that we kind of like have right here. People can like just come in and like have conversations and hang out and do a whole bunch of like different things. I think that you'll see that like we have a lot of different things that are happening right over here in the chats. Like lots of somebody bought like some books right here. Ooh, people are talking about exercise, coleslaw, KFC, holy people, and yeah, the live stream. And this is what it is right there. Ooh, you can. Oh yeah, no wait. Do I have my Saitama figure actually? I might actually. Let me leave voice chat for a quick bit and let me go ahead and show you like the incident whereby I became like a Nepo baby. All right, cool. Let's go right ahead. Turn off video for a quick minute because it is right over here. Look at that. That is me being a Nepo baby because I suck at claw machine. My friend in Japan just went right ahead and got me this thing right here because he is actually that good at playing with the claw machine. And that is basically, yeah, like the reward from all of that right there. Imagine that, just one punch and the entire universe. Oh, I'm sorry, the universe has broke. Oh my God. Okay. Wow. 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 All right. So anyway, yeah, like that is my Saitama. not to say like plushy. I was like thinking like of the word plushy earlier, but like I don't think that plushy really works in that situation. Anyway, so yeah. So any questions at the moment or any thoughts? Any questions or any thoughts? Who is Shannon Wells? Looks like somebody doesn't have any manners. And yes, you can actually be like Caucasian and not have manners, or have your parents teach you how to have manners. Anyway, so lady, I don't care whether you're white or anything like that. This is not like a colonial master type thing right here. It's just that, yeah, like it seems like basically your parents didn't teach you how to be a human being. And I don't want to speculate about which trailer park it is that you came from right there. But as you can see, the hair is growing in quite well. So shut your dirty mouth and return to the hole from which you came because you're not welcome. Bye, Felicia. So anyway, what do we have right here? Now, yeah, so you've got like a whole range of different things to think about right over there. And does anybody have any like legit questions at the moment? Any questions at the moment? Questions, questions, questions. Anyone? Anyone? All right. Going once, going twice, and oh, wait, no. Wait, Safi, so you don't know what happened? Okay, watch the go right ahead and watch the live stream again. And if you don't know exactly what happened, then go right ahead, right? And read on the server, right? So like the February 14th morning incident. That is what happened. And yeah, so like it'll be an interesting read for sure, I think. And if anybody has any thoughts or questions or comments right there, feel free to pop in. Hello, Andrew Yu. And yeah, hello, like a couple of other people who have been hanging out right there. Anyway, okay. So, if there are no further questions, then in that case, then we are going to pop off, yeet off. 每条大街小巷，每个人的嘴里，前面第一句话就是恭喜恭喜。Happy Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year, or whatever it is that you have out there. To those of you who are celebrating this evening, I hope that you will have a wonderful Chusi. And to those of you who are going to be Puasa-ing starting from Wednesday of next week as well, I hope that you're enjoying the long weekend, which is no doubt going to be, well, a meaningful time for you as well. So have a wonderful Ramadan. And to those of you celebrating CNY, I hope you get lots of ang pao out there, or you are generous with your ang pao. Come on. Come on. Not that I really like even want to receive ang pao. But anyway, okay. So that being said, have a great one ahead. And but, if you do want to give me an ang pao, you can always do so at the QR codes down below. Thank you for your contributions in advance. Have a great one ahead, and bye.